It's obvious that Mayarua's absence has been felt amongst the crew. She was popular and well-liked. The crew understand why I made the choice to go with the Huana over the Rauatai, though not all agree with it. I'm not exactly attracted to Huana women, I just cannot get over the idea of their sharpened teeth. However, Mayarua and I, well, if I was to ever be with a Huana woman, it would have been her. We respected each other, sometimes even flirted with one another. Damn. The choices I have to make really do have consequences, don't they? You really feel it when you lose people. At the least, Maya isn't dead, she's just no longer one of my crew. With the war I'm supposed to start between the Valians and the Rauatai in Nekataka, I hope that she'll be okay and not get killed. But she's a tough one, I'll give her that. If anyone I know can make it out of a nasty fight here in the Deadfire, it would be her. While I liked Pelagina, and appreciated her help in bringing down Thales, her two-handed sword really helped to make a difference. But she was always distant, and never very sociable. She kept everyone at arm's length, and though she wanted to help where she could, no one really got to know her. She just seemed very cold. Mayarua was quite different. She liked to make friends among the crew and just seemed to get people, what they were like and what they were up to. Part of it was her experience in the Rauatai Navy, of course. But no, she was exactly the kind of people I'd want on my ship and in my party. Smart, intuitive, tough, and very helpful in guiding their captain. Yeah, this loss, I feel it. But as to what we're up to right now, we've been given a few things to do now before we head up to Andres Mortar and brave the storms to get to Akaizo. First, a captain asked us to look into his missing ship, which was somewhere far to the southeast of Nekataka. The second, and I suspect more involved work, was given to me by the Huana without a body, just a talking head. Muatu wants us to head over to Kazuwari, which is west of Hasango. It's some fair-sized island that we explored the waters around some months back. So first things first, let's start with the small things, then go to Kazuwari. I believe that Captain Ferrante also has called for me to see him in Dunwich as well. So before we go and start this war between the Valians and the Rauatai, and head north to Akaizo, we'll take care of these little things first. Written this one down as the final voyage, a peculiar captain by the name of Lofel claims to have come across a dire threat far to the southeast of Nekataka, a threat that stole away the crew of his ship, the Antelope. Find the ship graveyard. He spoke of an island surrounded by shipwrecks, the apparent source of whatever it was that attacked his ship and stole away his crew. He seemed to think it would be a threat to any captains in the region, and a lethal challenge to the inexperienced. I searched this area. I don't remember coming across a Splintered Reef. Well, we're just out of Nekataka, so I guess we'll head that way then. Didn't think I'd be sailing this far away. Making a long voyage like this again. But the island, where is it? It's one of the, I think it's this island. Yeah, this is where the, that captain without the body told us to go. I have no idea how we'll make landfall. He seemed to think that there's a way to do it. But, in the meantime, my goal is to go to this island, this Splintered Reef. Oh, who's this we're about to collide into? Annis of the Many Eyes, the Valiant Trading Company. Oh, we sailed right past them?
You find yourself in cold, suffocating darkness. There is a familiar weight in your hand. A lantern. It sputters to life, and the world shifts into focus. A staircase spirals endlessly below you. With nowhere else to go, you start down. A wave of blistering heat hits you. Then a sea salt wind. Divine voices boom and screech. Their words shake the platform beneath you, shake the very air around you. The gods are fighting.
I take it this has something to do with Eothas. Figured they'd come drag me into their squabble.
Lay your blame elsewhere, Wodica. I won't suffer your arguments any longer.
Magrin looms large before you, an accusing finger leveled at the melted visage of Wodica. Wodica screws her mouth into a sneer.
You fool! If only we had attacked him when I first proposed it.
Accusations drip bitter as bile from her tongue.
I'll just wait till you're done.
Ah, if it isn't Bareth's intrepid little minion.
The pallid knight looks down at you, a frown etched deep in her otherwise statue-still features.
I am afraid we are not at our best.
I don't think you guys ever were.
The Watcher's returned. Perhaps we should hear what he has to say.
Oh, Helia.
Helia's birds chatter anxiously among themselves.
The only one that I truly think is a good god.
Wal's many eyes alight on each god in turn.
We make little enough progress on our own.
Progress. Are you planning something new?
We try, but agreement eludes us.
Andra's storm-dark eyes swivel to meet yours.
Is there nothing we can do?
Magrin glances at the pallid knight from the corner of her eye. After a thoughtful pause, she speaks.
The time has come for us to seize the power we have long left untouched, and absorb our scattered children.
Andra nods, her lure bobbing bright.
Terrible though it would be, perhaps you are right.
Didn't Magrin mention this once before?
I did, and I was scolded like a child for my terrible audacity.
A curl of steam rises from her nose. The pallid knight looks on, impassive.
Should we be killed, we may possess the bodies of our godlike children. Or should we face a force too powerful to stand against, we can absorb their souls, granting us additional strength.
Oh, isn't that wonderful? You mean Pelagina and Tikehu?
Helia's wayward daughter and Andra's precious son, yes. They would die. Them and thousands of others.
The pallid knight speaks with the chilly temperance, possessed only by the god of death.
Who's good? Yours?
We are your gods, forged of thousands upon thousands of willing souls sacrificed on the altar of progress. Yes, our good is greater, but the time for that plan has long passed us by.
Are we to keep nothing for ourselves? Not a single secret retained? Not a solitary mystery?
Magrin elbows one of Wal's floating eyes away.
Eothas will lay bare our every secret soon enough. What is one or two revealed now? But we get ahead of ourselves. First, the Watcher must get to Ukaizo, and that will be a trial all its own.
Right, because I haven't had one of those lately.
Magrin smiles.
And more are yet to come.
The Guardian of Ukaizo has stood watch over that place for millennia. It will not stand aside, not even for Bareth's herald.
There's a guardian. That's news to me. Well, that just makes it more interesting.
Helia, who had been lost in quiet, anxious conversation with her birds, breaks in.
It yet lives.
Of course. Our progenitors crafted it.
A pair of Helia's finches come to join Wal's floating eye. They hover just out of Magrin's reach and swoop in to poke her when she's not looking.
And the Watcher will be forced to reckon with it if he wishes to confront Eothas.
The birds at last linger too long, and Magrin slaps them away. They burst into a cloud of essence, then reform, and fly in a screeching chorus back to Helia.
Guardian of Ukaizo, huh?
A creature crafted by the Eothas to protect the machinery of reincarnation. It doesn't care much for visitors.
You're the only Eothas left.
Will you divulge our every secret to the Kith, Mogren?
Mogren shrugs.
If it suits me.
Go prepared, Watcher. The Guardian will not stand aside, not even for the Herald of Bareth.
Well, won't Eothas take care of it?
It is not one of Galawain's mindless beasts. It has a heart and a mind, and it will throw neither away to oppose Eothas.
Huh. Okay.
And Eothas will not fight the creature. It would prove little more than a distraction for him, especially as my tsunami and Mogren's volcano couldn't stop him.
Why can't you just get rid of it?
It is its own creature, Watcher. It does not listen to us.
There is another topic we have yet to address.
The Pallid Knight holds up one gauntleted hand, and the other gods fall silent.
Tell me, Watcher, where do you stand? What do you think of Eothas' scheme to destroy the wheel?
I don't really want to talk to them about this. Talking to the very devils about how I want them to die. Yes, I need more information to fully... I'm getting bits and pieces from it, mostly from Eothas. But I still don't understand what this all means. What will happen when Eothas destroys the wheel?
The Pallid Knight spreads wide her hands.
Think of the beyond as a reservoir, the in-between as storm clouds, and souls as rain.
Okay.
When a living thing dies, its soul enters the in-between.
I know that.
And when the in-between grows full, it releases souls into the beyond, where they wait to be redistributed to new bodies, new lives.
Now I understand it. But the wheel is taking all three, life, in-between, and beyond. And it's going to be destroyed?
The wheel is the process by which souls are moved from the in-between to the beyond.
Okay.
From the rain cloud to the reservoir, and from the reservoir into the living world.
Well, I kind of knew that from my previous experience. I just want to know what happens when when the wheel's destroyed. There was reincarnation before the wheel. But would that mean the gods are destroyed too?
Without the wheel to mediate the transfer and redistribution of souls, the souls of all who die remain in the in-between. And without souls to fill it, the beyond gradually empties, trapping all of the remaining souls in existence in the in-between. When the beyond is empty and the last creature on Eora dies, that is the end of everything. It is Rimergon's future, the one he wants for us.
How does that affect the gods?
Soul essence sustains us. We feed off it, off the little fragments you mortal kith shed like snakeskin as you pass into your next life. Without sustenance, we starve as any mortal might. We die and leave a great silence behind, an eternal emptiness from which nothing is born.
I nod.
You see then that we cannot help but argue. The fate of life hangs in the balance, and we are as ever beholden to our natures.
There has to be a way to get rid of the gods, and perhaps keep the wheel, or some form of it, maybe a new form of it.
Tell us, Watcher, where do you stand?
Well, it doesn't sound like there's going to be anything if the wheel is destroyed. But that doesn't answer the question. There was reincarnation before the wheel. The wheel is an artificial creation by the Eothas. The only thing I can tell you is we can no longer count on the gods for guidance. Kith will have to figure this out on her own.
Perhaps you misunderstand. This is not a test you will overcome on your own. Eothas intends to change the fundamental structure of life and death.
I think you people are missing... You're not telling me something, though. As I said, I know that there is reincarnation before. I think what is going to happen, once the wheel is destroyed, they'll lose all their power and go away. Reincarnation will still happen. As for Rimergand, I have no idea, but that's the first god I want to be gone.
Does that not frighten you? You, Kith, who are most vulnerable.
Well, it does, but I will not let fear rule me.
Eothas loves the mortals more than any of us. He has always been their greatest champion.
Yes, as you can see, I don't think he would do this if he thought all mortals would suffer and die.
He believes Kith will rise to his challenge. I am not so sure, but I look forward to watching them try.
How did Eothas fool you all? You're the most powerful beings in Neora.
He found our blind spot and exploited it admirably. By the time we even had a hint of what it was he intended, it was already too late to stop him.
If we still had our bodies, we could oppose him.
Wodica balls her bony hands into fists and glares long at Andra.
Do not lay your blame on me. We set them aside after I killed Abaddon, it is true, but you did not fight the decision then.
She turns her back on Wodica then, and looks instead to the Pallid Knight.
What if Eothas is right, and Kith succeed in rebuilding the wheel? What then?
We'll learn and grow as Eothas intends.
Whilst many eyes bounce and blink in quiet delight.
That would be quite amusing indeed.
And what if they fail? Then they die. And so do we. We have to help them.
Helia's voice rises, near to panic.
See, if it was just Helia as the god, that might work. But no. They have to help, and they intervene, and then they start wars because they are fighting amongst each other.
Wodica drives her fist into her hand.
Help them! We should finally bring them to heel!
Either we have free will or we don't.
The Pallid Knight raises a hand and stares at Wodica until she falls silent.
Watcher, Eothas yet values your counsel.
The Pallid Knight's eyes bore into yours.
An impassioned plea from the Hound of Eothas may still temper his actions. Confront him at Ukaizo.
He's not going to listen to me, even if I did oppose what he's going to do. I'm just a Kith.
Never have I known Eothas to converse with a mortal as he does with you. Your opinions must matter to him a great deal.
The Pallid Knight's stern countenance softens.
Time moves swiftly away from us now.
The Pallid Knight spreads her hands before her.
Go, Watcher. Do what you must.
The edges of your vision begin to dim. Like a sun setting, twilight encroaches on your mind.
Wait, what happens if I fail to convince Eothas of anything?
You will not fail.
The Pallid Knight conjures a blinding white light in her palm that swiftly grows to engulf the room. Then, the crack of thunder rends the air, and you feel the floor drop out beneath you. You come to flat on your back, staring at an all-too-familiar ceiling. Alone, once again.
Just how many people have to go through this? How many Kith have to suffer this? I wouldn't call it suffering. It's very intriguing and interesting. I received an important missive from Hazanui Karu. Let's read this. I hope you've recovered from your ordeal at Magrin's Teeth. Come see me at Imperial Command in the Brass Citadel when you return to Nekataka. The way to Yukazo lies open before us, but I require your help with the final matter. I've already decided against you. We'll deal with all that nonsense afterwards. We're short of... not short, but we're down some people. Constantine and Facina I could bring along with me. They've offered to come. Even Reke has offered to come. Shoti?
I'm all ears. Tell me what's on your mind.
That's all for now.
You know where to find me if you want to talk. Or if you'd like to commune in other ways.
Her eyes brighten with mischief. We do it that almost every night. Yeah. It's become our normal habit. Okay, back to sailing towards this far-off reef. It would seem that Eothas will be waiting for me, as I think he did at the last place. Where was it called? The volcano. Way out here somewhere. The volcano that kind of blew up and destroyed itself. So we're going down to the Splintered Reef. Get past a few reefs and islands to get there. It's like this mysterious island just appeared out of nowhere. Yeah, I swear it was not there before. Find the graveyard. Magic? The gods? Who knows? For all I know, Gallowayne rules this one. Like Remmergan ruled the, Oh. It's gone. All that ice is gone. This is the island. Is it not? Pretty sure it was. Or no, it's here. Sorry, Harbinger's Watch. No, it's still ice. Would be interesting if it did melt by now. It's only been a short while. A week or two. Okay, so I'm here. Kind of makes me think of a very small Nekitaka. Alright, so we've landed. There's different places here. The boathouse, the sea lash crypt, glowing outcrop, the pickled eel. Do people actually still live here? Let's go to this boathouse. I encounter a veil of thick fog. A series of flimsy docks connects scattered stretches of dry land. On all sides I am flanked by the hulks of splintered, wrecked ships. A thick fog sits upon the water, obscuring the path in all directions. The only sounds I hear are the lapping of water, and my own footsteps upon the narrow, rotting planks. The eerie quiet is broken by the barking of a dog, somewhere off to my left. Whistle for the dog. My whistle is met with a renewed barking, and then a sharp whine, abrupt and shrill. After several moments of silence, I hear a running tread upon the docks. A dog bounds from the fog, its dark fur matted with blood. Two figures stumble after the hound, their maws stained red. Out of the fog they are revealed for what they are, withered, rotting, human only in silhouette, gargoyles. They halt, swaying at the sight of me, but make no further move. From the darkness of the fog, a third, robed figure emerges, a twisted staff raised high in their hands. A flash of light emerges from the staff. As I look on, runes seared into the gargoyles' foreheads flare to life, glimmering like beacons in the darkness. Snarling, the gargoyles rush for us, their blood-slick claws slicing at the air. Well, this is a nice welcome. So even the hound is with them. So, vampire. Okay, get in there, please. Right there. Let's see, what can we do here? Oh, she just disappeared.
Spell speak.
I have to take this vampire down. Oh, she's on me now.
Take him down.
Oh, good.
Ow.
Lava reveal seek.
Mo. Ixi honor.
Got her afraid. She's feared.
Lux.
Ouch.
Lava reveal seek.
Let's go.
The vampire is still there.
Right, screwed.
Now it's not.
Mo.
Lava
Ixi
reveal
honor.
seek.
Yeah, I've got it.
I have no idea what to expect here. Superb weapons, items, worth quite a bit.
Right.
Alright, well, I guess we have an island to explore. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.